We are coming on the air tonight with breaking news, a plane crash in Bullock County.
It happened near Highway 24 and Sand Spur Road, just outside of Statesboro. Take a look at these photos. Now, we're told by the NTSB it was an experimental amateur-built amphibious Air Shark aircraft. We do have a crew on the way there working to bring you more pictures and video of the crash. Our team in the newsroom also working to confirm how many people were on board at the time and where the plane was headed. We will update you on air and online as we learn more.
Our top story tonight is about being in the right place at the right time. A South Carolina police chief is being credited with helping a 6-year-old girl after she was left behind on a field trip.
The child walked about half a mile along a busy highway alone before being spotted. As WSAV's Danielle Cobb reports, officials are investigating how it happened in the first place.
I'm on the path of a 6-year-old student's walk back to her school after getting left behind by the bus on a field trip. She walked for almost 10 minutes along this busy highway before she was intercepted by a police chief out of his jurisdiction.
We have to do what we're supposed to do and caring for these kids. So I just thank God I was there.
On Friday, a 6-year-old girl was on a field trip with her Varnville Elementary class at the Palmetto Theater. She dozed off during a program and awoke to everyone gone. Noticing she was left behind, the girl started on her walk back to the elementary school alone, over 2.5 miles and an estimated hour trek by foot.
It was on a 4-lane highway, and she was walking beside the highway with the little book back on her back. It just looked like a little girl, and it just scared me.
Estill Police Chief Chauncey Solomon happened to be in Hampton for a meeting that day when he spotted the child.
It's a dangerous situation, and my heart skipped a beat. I immediately thought that, you need to do something about this.
That's when he pulled over and found out from the girl that she'd been left. He waited with her until Hampton police arrived, who safely returned the girl back to the elementary school.
Never seen that before, and obviously it's out of my jurisdiction, but those things are never out. The jurisdiction don't matter. Just seeing the danger, and I just act on it.
The Hampton County School District and the Hampton Police Department are still investigating the incident. We'll continue to update you as more details are released. Danielle Cobb, WSAV News 3, on your side.
We have new details tonight. The Savannah Police Department is investigating a deadly shooting that happened last night on Chester Street. Officers responded to the 1300 block of Chester Street around 7:20 p.m. after reports of gunfire, where they found a man with life-threatening injuries. He later died from his injuries. Right now, no arrests have been made, and investigators are still working to determine what led up to the shooting. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 912-234-2020.
New at 6, a state investigation is shedding light on a controversial incident involving Liberty County Animal Control, where a crossbow was used to kill several dogs. A consent order from the Georgia Department of Agriculture lays out what happened during an October 2025 call involving a pack of 5 stray dogs in a residential area. Officials say an animal control officer was able to capture one of the dogs using a snare, but after that, the remaining dogs became aggressive, prompting the officer to call a supervisor. According to the report, that supervisor instructed the officer to use a crossbow to kill the other 4 dogs instead of using a tranquilizer gun. Court documents also reveal the officer had never received formal training on how to use the bow and was using the weapon for the very first time during that incident. In February, the shelter was issued a stop order banning them from taking in any more animals. That order will only be lifted once the worker completes several rounds of training and pays more than $5,000 in fines. The agreement allows the county to avoid further legal action while requiring changes to how animal control operates moving forward.
A local soccer club is speaking out after one of its players was taken into ICE custody. Coastal Kings FC says the player is now expected to leave the country after signing a voluntary departure agreement and is expected to return to Honduras soon. According to the team, the player grew up in the United States and attended school here, while his family followed proper immigration procedures. They were also waiting for a court date scheduled for May of next year. In a statement, the club's owners say, "I have never been and will never be ashamed to be an American. But today I believe we are failing good, honest, hardworking people who do not deserve this outcome. We can do better. We should do better. And if we choose not to, then we have difficult days ahead.
The Savannah St. Patrick's Day celebrations may be over, but evidence of the massive event is still scattered across our city, and now it's sparking concern in one neighborhood. WSAV's Jillian Cole is joining us now. And Jillian, what are residents of Carver Village saying tonight?
Ben, some residents in Carver Village say they're frustrated after dozens of portable restrooms that were left behind from the St. Patrick's Day festivities were moved into their neighborhood for cleanup. Now Mayor Van Johnson is speaking out.
I have the slightest idea. I don't. I think the other issue is not necessarily Carver Village. I think the arena is there, and also we have a significant city facility there, but I don't know. I think we just have other things we need to be dealing with.
This was the scene yesterday when Savannah Alderwoman Bernetta Lanier took to Facebook with concerns, and when I checked today, the portable restrooms were still there, though crews were on site beginning to remove them. Some residents say the historical Carver Heights community should not be treated as a dumping ground, pointing to concerns about the units being placed near the historic Pearl Lee Smith School. Others say they're not upset since the property is city-owned. In a statement to WSAV, the city says we appreciate the community's patience as our teams complete the cleanup from a safe and successful event that brought hundreds of thousands of visitors to Savannah. Our goal is always to balance the needs of large-scale events with respect for our neighbors, and we are committed to doing both. I'm told that all the porta potties are set to be removed by the end of the day and taken back to vendor in South Carolina. Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Jillian, thank you. New at 6, Greenbrier Children's Center has officially unveiled its renovation plans after being closed for a year. The center says a reason for last year's closure was due to financial issues, but they say this new renovation plan will bring back the Greenbrier the community needs. This renovation project will include the demolition of some buildings and a full remodel of others, along with an expansion of the ages they serve, going from just infants to children up to 4 years old. The construction is set to begin in the next few weeks, and the center will reopen in the fall. Officials say they hope to regain the trust of the community as when they shut their doors last year. Parents and staff were given a short notice.
Some people going back to try to convince them that, hey, it's not going to happen again. Can't predict the economy. We talked about sustainability, and we will not open. We will not open. We will not do these things unless we know that we can sustain Greenbrier in the years going forward.
Greenbrier leaders say this project would have not been possible without the help from Chatham County officials who helped bring the funds to make this renovation happen.
As Georgia lawmakers enter the final stretch of the legislative session, a push to eliminate school zone speed cameras is gaining some momentum once again. Georgia House Bill 225 would phase out automated school zone speed cameras across the state. Supporters say the move comes after growing complaints from drivers who say they've been ticketed outside of school hours. Under the plan, any remaining cameras would have to be clearly visible from at least 500 feet away, and no new contracts for these systems would be allowed. Some lawmakers argue the cameras have become more about generating revenue than improving safety, and say a stronger police presence near schools would be a better deterrent. If approved, the phase-out will begin in July of 2028.